The sun is shining in Denmark, from the windmills to the weathered rooftops, all the way to the streetcar pulled by Belgian draft horses, a sight only seen overseas or 2 hours north of Los Angeles. Danish settlers in the early 1900s named it Solvang. Since then, those who've kept the tradition going have had big shoes to fill. What's it like to be part of this community?
It's kind of special. You know, we grow up as Americans here, but you know, our Danish culture is all around us, and most of us that lived here consider ourselves Danish as well as American. There's not too many communities like that in America, I don't think.
Nelson's store is the oldest Danish import store in the area, so he knows a Dane when he sees one.
They tend to be tolerant, friendly. They like to drink and have a good time.
He must be talking about Bent Peterson, who has spent the last 30 years perfecting his Danish chocolates in his very popular shop.
We make all our chocolate here on the premise, and it is old Danish recipes chocolate. And probably the main difference is not as sweet as a lot of the American candy is.
And if it's from Ingeborg's, you won't want to eat it quite the same way.
You don't sit down and eat a whole lot of it. You sit down and enjoy it with a cup of coffee, glass of wine, or cognac, or something like that.
So how do you say good chocolate in Danish?
God chokolade.
How do you say cruise in California in Danish?
Cruise in California.
Yeah, it's a universal name. And when you're cruising through Solvang, food is still a universal language. Don't let the name fool you. Abel Skiver have been a tasty Danish treat since, well, the Danish. The batter is fried up and the Abel Skiver are plopped down with raspberry sauce and powdered sugar to top them off. Legend has it that Vikings used their battle-dented shields to cook up the little gems, and thus the round shape was created. So what do they taste like? Like a pretty good pancake. Wow. But that's just a warm-up. The people of Solvang take it to another level when you hear the word smorgasbord. The Danish Inn has carved out a niche in the buffet, smorgasbord business, with large helpings of the traditional. Just up the street is the Sunday feast at Meadows. Deciding what to eat and how much will be a very tough call. Might as well just start with dessert. Next door to Meadows is how you'll sleep it all off. The Royal Scandinavian Inn will welcome you to the San Ynez Valley and provide a warm fire. You'll feel so rested, you may think you're one with the village. Hey girls, I'm Danish. I'm Danish. Yeah, you love. Come on girls, everyone, I'm single and Danish. Outside the village of Solvang, you'll find animal farms that are just as important to the San Ynez Valley economy as they are to tourism. If you like the movie The Horse Whisperer, you'll want to see where Hollywood first got the idea.
The Flag is Up Farms is the real-life home of horse whisperer Monty Roberts. Internationally known, he has trained his staff to take the wildest horses and make them mild with just a whisper. Let's go see if that happens.
Here's an actual demonstration of a wild horse being calmed and soothed to the point where it feels safe and ready for a harness. People come from all over to see this amazing process, which takes place within minutes, not days. So inspired, you may want to try it yourself. Of course, on a smaller scale. Hey, how tall are these horses for real?
About 32 to 33 inches at the most.
The horses on the Quicksilver Ranch in Solvang are not really for riding, but more of a pet. Yes, they're small, but to own one is not small change. What can I expect to pay for one of these if I wanted one?
Our little boys start at about $2,500, and our girls start at about $4,000. We sold one yesterday for $10,000.
More affordable is the feed at Ostrich Land in nearby Buellton. It's open to the public, and there's no shortage of hungry birds who will stampede even without the dinner bell.
The way we count them is we count all their feet and divide by 2.
Now, why not just count their heads?
Because their heads are moving too fast.
Another town you won't want to miss outside of Solvang is Los Olivos. If you were going to hitch a horse, one of the oldest stagecoach stops around is now a restaurant called Maddie's Tavern, and it's run by 2 brothers. Jeff was trained in Paris, and his brother brings experience from Spago in LA.
We both have been cooking for a long time. I started when I was 18, Jeff started when he was 16. And we took different paths, but our goal, once we kind of decided this is what we were going to do for a living, our goal was to eventually have a restaurant together.
And what a combination. Try the grilled Iowa pork chop with mashed potatoes and gourmet applesauce, or the prime filet with caramelized onion potato gratin and port wine sauce. The brothers know a hit when they see one.
We looked in, I think, about every spot in the valley, and we just ended up here. Yeah. It just was the right fit. Everything happened to put us here, and it's just been very magical ever since.
It's either by magic or luck that you'll meet Los Olivos resident and legendary film actor, Fess Parker. When you see his imposing 6'6" frame, you understand why he was chosen to portray larger-than-life heroes like Davy Crockett and Daniel Boone. But his role in recent years has been hotel owner and wine purveyor.
Well, the winery is a fantastic experience for me because this is a family deal. My son and I started, my daughter joined us, my wife was always on the team. Every one of them have contributed something, and we're having our 15th anniversary, Fess Parker wine.
How did you become a big fan of the area, Los Olivos, Solvang?
You know, I've traveled all over the world. I think most of the people around here who are not native, that have come here like I have, tend to agree that if we could think of a better place, we'd be there. But we can't.
You can't.
This is it.
And after donating his coon-skin cap to the Smithsonian years ago, he agreed to put one on, one last time for our cameras.
And you got to get the tail around here.
See, I knew you'd know the technique.
Yeah, sort of.
There it is.
There we are.
What do you think? Fess Parker. Okay. You'll be Daniel Boone today, I'll be Davy Crockett.
Okay.
Okay. Let me get that finger out there.
That alone was worth the trip.
King of the wild frontier.